Hello everyone, welcome back warrior students. So today was a great day for my guild and me because we managed to take down the boss that a lot of people consider to be the hardest in Sunwell Plateau. I'm talking about the 5th boss of the raid, Muru. And in this video I will show you guys some min-maxy stuff that you can do on your warrior on this fight. By the way, I will make a channel on my Discord server for each boss in the new raid, where you guys can post stuff that you discovered for min-maxy things. This channel will be moderated, however, so I will delete anything that is not confirmed or backed up with data, and I will delete everything that is off topic. So yeah, the other channels are not really that moderated, but those channels will be. And after this we will talk about the strategy that my guild used to take down the boss, because I think it was a really smart decision to play it like this. It's not available for every pack and every raid guild out there, because you actually need a little bit of damage. But I think a lot of guilds that are still using a different tactic would have the damage to play it like this. And I think it's better, but you have to see for yourself. I will present the tactic so you can decide at the end of the video, or in the last part of the video, that is. First thing that I think is important to know is that you can actually move up fairly close to the boss before he gets body pulled. As you can see in this clip here, I tried it out with 2 of my fellow comrades, and yeah, you can actually get fairly close before he gets body pulled. And this also means that you can get a charge off very easily on like 0 seconds of your pull timer. You just jump forward and press your charge. This obviously means a lot of uptime, and this is very huge. You should always try and do this. The next min-maxy thing that you want to know is that you obviously want to pop your cooldowns for the ads that are spawning. Like using cooldowns for ads obviously means more damage. You do, however, want to have cooldowns up for the last phase as well, so you always need to be a little bit careful with this. But as a general thing, using cooldowns for ads obviously means more damage. Sadly, the kill try, I was in the raid with my shaman, so I don't have that much of Muru experience, but I have one more thing that I discovered on my warrior, and this is that if you need to apply thunder armor because you don't have a rogue, you want to refresh thunder armor around about 3 seconds at least before you run out, because of the darkness that Muru casts. And if you do that, you are able to intercept back in right when the darkness fades, and then you can get a thunder off and you will refresh the 5 stacks and don't need to build them up from 0 again. If you have multiple warriors, everyone should do it, not only you, because here's the thing: if you get into the boss room, when you look onto Muru, this is his front side, so this is the side where he can parry. So if you intercept back in, there is a chance that he will parry your thunder armor, and this could mean that your stacks will run out. So if you have multiple warriors, every warrior should do exactly that, so you maximize the chance that these stacks will actually be refreshed. So this is everything that I have for warrior min-maxing, because yeah, like I said, I played enhancement shaman on the kill try. Unfortunately, I do not have footage because I was too dumb to press my record button, but we will look at the replay on warcraft logs right now, and then I talk to you guys about the tactical that we used. Alright, so here we are in the replay on the warcraft logs website. And yeah, we will just take a look at that, and I will try to explain to you guys as good as I can how we played this boss. And yeah, let's just start. I will select my little character here, my content room, and we will go on damage overall. So you can see that the second global that I use in fight is already Bloodlust. So yeah, we will try and suck down Muru as much as possible in this first phase, because in this first phase you actually get a lot of uptime on the boss before you need to take care on the ads and everything like this. So as soon as this phase ends, it will be a lot of running around, killing ads and trying to not get overwhelmed, things like this. So after this phase, it's kinda hard for the most part to get good uptime on Muru, and this is why we use Bloodlust here. Now, most of you guys know that the last phase of Muru, when the actual boss Entropius gets active, is a burn phase as well. Like, you need to do a lot of damage there because the boss has a soft enrage. So that means that he gets stronger over time, and therefore, yeah, you can't do this fight forever, like the Entropius fight. That is true, but on the other hand, if you do not use Bloodlust here in this first phase of phase 1, this phase 1 will basically last, yeah, forever. It will drag on for very long, and the thing is that in this phase 1 there are a lot of things that can go wrong. So like your healers can pull threat on the ads that come in, your tanks could die, the little floating skeleton thingies, the dark fiends could not get purged properly, you could lose some DPS on threat, you could lose some DPS or the tank in on the zone in the middle, like the darkness, and things like this. Whenever you find yourself in a situation where a lot of stuff can go wrong, yeah, the longer this encounter goes, the higher the chance that someone will fuck up. And if you fight for 5 minutes like this kind of a boss, there will be at some point someone will make a mistake, or something will yeah, be just a little bit unfortunate. Could be that as well, like a tank could get I don't know, comboed very badly by a mob or something like this. And yeah, so dragging this phase out for too long is a very dangerous thing to do, because this would mean that all your guildies need to play very, very clean for a long duration, and this is always something that is very difficult to accomplish. So this is why we decided to use Bloodlust here at the start. Now, like I said, the next phase, when Entropius gets active, will be a burn phase as well. So you don't want to, like, you want to save up cooldowns that cannot be used after like 3 minutes. So you want to save up everything that is so you want to maybe save up cooldowns that are longer than 3 or 4 minutes, so that you can use them inside of the Entropius boss fight. For one example would be Recklessness, 30 minutes cooldown, 20 minute cooldown, depend on your skill points. But yeah, you want to use them in the last phase. You don't want to use them here with Bloodlust, because, like I said, needs to be killed relatively quickly. So you as well want to swap your consumable into demon slaying as soon as Entropius gets active as well, if you're melee. Yeah, things like this. You want to be a little bit smart. Like, don't only use things on Muru that you can, if you can, then later use them against Entropius as well, other than Bloodlust, of course. Now we have one extra Bloodlust that will get used for our warlocks as soon as Entropius gets active, and we only play with 6 healers. That being said, we need to do a DPS stop on Muru at some point, so we even had a little bit of too much damage, basically. Or yeah, there are like breakpoints. You want to obviously get a clean transition, like you don't want to enter the Entropius boss fights with a lot of ads being alive, or basically no ads being alive would be the perfect scenario. And yeah, so one thing I want to point out here is that we're using a mage to kick the Fury Mage, like the Shadow Sworn Fury Mage here, the ad, so that the ad will yeah, run and not cast. We're using a mage for that because the mage only needs to do 1 silence, and if we use a melee, first of all we need 2 kicks to get the mage all the way into the middle, And the second thing would be obviously that the melee needs to run around, and he will lose a lot of uptime onto Muru. And by now you know that our strategy in this very first 30 seconds of encounter, or 45 seconds of encounter basically, is to burst down Muru as much as possible. So there will be no Seed of Corruption here or anything. The Warlocks are just shadow bolting here, as you can see. And yeah, everyone that can do cleave damage while not sacrificing single target damage onto Muru can do that. For example, the warriors can cleave, the rogue can use Blade Fury, things like this. Shamans can obviously use their Fire Nova Totem and everything like this. So let's switch to damage done again. So yeah, and from now on we have Muru at Bloodlust runs out at 45 seconds. Now we have Muru at 40%, but like I said, you can do it even with a little bit less DPS. Now the Dark Fiends spawn, everyone runs out, Dark Fiends get Mass Dispelled obviously. Now our Warlocks will enslave Void Spawns because they deal a lot of damage. They do, however, will not try to keep them until as long as possible. They will try and sacrifice them into the next Void Sentinel that spawns. Like you can see very soon here, the next Void Sentinel spawns, and the Warlocks send their pets over here so that they melee the Void Sentinel, because they melee for a lot of damage. And they will eat a lot of damage from the AoE that the Void Sentinel is doing, and they hopefully will die before the next sets of Void Spawn will spawn, ideally, because this way they could now enslave new Void Spawns immediately, which will delete or kill basically 3 Void Spawns immediately, which is a big deal. So now we have Muru at 20%. After the Bloodlust and the Burst phase, we play Muru as you would normally play him. So we try to be very clean, and first target is always the ads, and we only DPS Muru if we have the time for that, because you do not want to get overrun by the ads, obviously. And then you want to get a clean transition. There are a couple of breakpoints inside of the fight where no ads are spawning, or where you have a little bit of time where no ads spawn, and then you in this phase you obviously want to bring down Muru to get into the transition so that Entropius spawns. Now when you bring down Muru, there will be an animation that shows you that Entropius will spawn. This animation takes like 10 seconds or so, but inside of this animation the spawns are already deactivated. So here we are at 8% on Muru, and now we do a little bit of a DPS stop, because we will get one more ad wave that we need to take care of. Now this is exactly the ad wave that spawns together with darkness, so our tank will need to lead the ads around the circle here, bring them into the camp, and then we can bring down those ads a little bit, and then we kill Muru. Then we have 10 seconds of time that we then use to finish off any remaining ads, and that we get a clean transition, obviously. So and then it's just last phase, Entropious. You need to, like I said, you want to have everything ready here. Drums we have ready, we have potion ready, 3 minutes cooldowns. Our 2 warriors saved up recklessness for this phase. And so you want your raiders are aware that this is as well a burn phase, and that they want to have their cooldowns ready, because otherwise you will not be able to finish off Entropius in time, because he stacks up relatively fast. Like the damage gets kind of serious relatively fast, in my opinion. And yeah, there you have it. That's the way we killed Entropius, and I hope you maybe have some success with this technique as well. And then you can loot your Black and Narrow server, hopefully. The link to this log will be in the video description, so you can take a closer look, see for yourself, and maybe add the strategy to your guild's arsenal, and hopefully it will work for you. So like I said, in the Discord server, an invite link will be in the video description as well, obviously. In the Discord server there will be new chat channels coming, and yeah, one channel for each boss in Sunwell, where you can then, like I said before, post min-maxy stuff or strategies that worked really well for you. Now obviously if you post something in those channels, you need to back this up with screenshots or logs or videos. You can send them to me per private message, and then I will not delete your post, or you could just post your screenshot together with the thing that you wanted to tell the other people in the Discord. But yeah, most importantly, it just needs to be confirmed, obviously, because we don't want to spread false information. Like this, I will continue throughout Wars of the Lich King, so that we can all get better together and hopefully upgrade everyone's performance in the raids and increase our chances to kill as many bosses as fast as possible as a community. So I think that's it for this video. As always, I hope you learned something today, and until the next one, stay tuned, take care. Der Mund ist fusselig geredet.